Hello, I am Julita Kluša, and I'm from Latvia. And Evita is my co-author and will help me with English if it would be necessary. So, Latvia is a small country with a population of less than 2 million, and it is located to the south of Estonia. Citizen science in slime mold research is well developed in Latvia to fill the gap of non-existent academic research. Currently, not even a single academic researcher in Latvia works with slime molds. A brief history. The first list of slime molds in Latvia were published 130 years ago and consisted of 40 species. About 70 species of slime molds were mentioned in the Encyclopedia Nature of Latvia 25 years ago. At the beginning of this century, the only studies of slime molds in Latvia were carried out by Lithuanian researcher Gražina Adamonīte in collaboration with the Latvian mycologist Edgars Vimba. Both older specimens from various herbariums and her own findings were studied. In 2020, Adamonīte published a list of Latvian slime molds, which included 108 species. This list compiled all publications in literature until 2006. And so, 13 years ago, in 2010, was my first encounter with slime molds. Before that, I knew nothing about them. But no one in Latvia could help me identify them. I didn't know of Adamonīte or any other slime mold researchers. So I started learning by myself, and I tried to educate other Latvians by my writing articles in our nature data portal dabas.lv. Oi. You'll see. Bet tur jau var. No. Now we have a total. No. Yes. Now we have a total of 230 taxa. So how did that happen? In the first 10 years of the public portal Dabas.dati up to 2013, there were less than 100 observations of slime molds in total. Most of them were after my first article in 2012. Starting from 2016, after my next two articles, the number of slime mold reports in Dabas.lv reached several hundred per year. In the first 10 years, there were about 1,600 observations in total, and a little more than 100 reporters. December of 2018 marked the first meeting of Dabas.lv users, in which I showed my presentation the role of Dabas.lv in studying slime molds. This picture is from that presentation, the most frequently reported slime molds in Latvia. As you see, Lycagala, Fuligoseptica, Stemonitis, and Serratia mixa. Following my presentation, and starting the next slime mold season, the number of reports increased significantly to about 1,600 observations in half a year, which is as much as in the previous 10 years combined. My second presentation was in December of 2019, how and why to study slime molds. This picture is from that presentation about the importance of photographing the stalk. At the end of 2019, the slime mold enthusiast Sandis Laime, whose presentation you just heard, bought a microscope. And at the beginning of 2020, I did the same. Later, other interested individuals started using microscopes, and so we started to collect more samples. In 2017, the Nature census started in Latvia. It was a project in order to collect detailed and complete information about habitats of European Union importance in Latvia. These habitats include different grassland, forest, peatland, outcrop, coastal, and water habitats. Reporting slime molds was not the duty of the project experts, but several of them reported the species they found, especially so in 2019 and 2020. In 2020, Nature Census was mostly held in two national parks, Gauja and Ķemeri. Some of, you see red yes. Where are many slime molds were reported. Some of census experts, especially Andris and Valda Baroniņi, you see, collected samples totaling to several hundreds. So 2020 was the year with the most reports of slime molds in Latvia, more than 4,000. As a part of Nature Census, 25 new species were determined. Since I have a microscope, I was able to identify more species than before. In 2020, I discovered a Facebook group too, where a researcher from Norway, Edvin Johannessen, helps me to identify many species. Our knowledge and skills have grown thanks to Edvin and others in the group. Several nature walkers could survey findings over time to see the developments. Now we have photos of many specimens from the plasmodium to the spore stage with known deposit locations and dates of observations. In 2021, I organized my own Facebook group specifically for Latvia, for slime mold admirers and researchers. So I could catch interesting finds worth collecting. Several people observed the slime mold development and collected samples. That's how several new species were discovered in Latvia. Now we have more than 700 members. In 2021, our knowledge and many samples helped us identify many new species and taxa in Latvia, 32 new species in total in 1 year. By now, we have more than 15,000 observations registered in the portal dabas.lv from more than 200 reporters. As a result, we get more data on species that are also not so common in the world, such as Cribraria purpurea. During the last years, we have found more than 100 new species and more than 200 taxa in total. More than 15 individuals registered over 100 observations each. None of them are graduate scientists researching slime molds, but there are some botanists. The most prolific reporter with more than 4,000 reports, Ingūna Rižava, is a family doctor, and you have already heard of Sandis Laime. In addition to the above, a pharmacist and a kindergarten teacher do slime mold microscopy. I myself am a Bachelor of Computer Science. However, I have been working in the field of nature for the last 10 years, including in the Nature Census in Lithuania from 2012 and Latvia. I have published several articles on nature in popular science magazines. They have been on very different topics about big trees, parks, caves, rocks, plants, bryophytes, mushrooms, and slime molds, of course. I'm creating my personal webpage, including about all slime mold species in Latvia. The result of our citizen science is not just new species. Some of us have done research in specific local areas, and we have compiled a list of species for different parts in Latvia. Among the others, there is also a list of species of Gauja and Ķemeri national parks, more than 100 taxa. In one town, Cēsis, Sandes Laime, has found about 100 taxa, and in a forest by this town, which is only 20 hectares, 65 taxa. I have found nearly 100 taxa in an area of 2 square kilometers in Ķemeri National Park. And there's more. From our many observations, we can see the time of growth of the species. We see that the time varies by species. For example, here is a chart with the observation times for 9 different species. We can also see when slime molds have been observed in early stages and when they have only been seen in late stages because of photos. Thus, we found that Metatrichia vesparia is most often observed in the spring. You see, March, April, May, red is bigger than in October, where is less red. In spring, Metatrichia vesparia is old but bright red, instead of autumn, when it is young but black. Reports of slime mold often include substrate and habitat, so we know where and on which substrate the particular species grows. From this plethora of data on photos, various studies can be done and conclusions can be drawn, but this work is still ahead. In a parallel to reporting from 2021, I have been creating a collection of slime molds for the Latvian National Museum of Natural History in Riga, for which I have already prepared almost 100 samples from more than 30 finders, in total of 175 taxa. Currently in this museum, until the 17th of September, you can visit the exhibition Maxima Seeds in Latvia, Beauty from Plasmodium to Spores, which contains more than 100 photos and more than 80 species. There are also specimens to view with a magnifying glass, a slideshow, and a log with slime molds. More than 20 enthusiasts were involved with providing photos and samples. One of my dreams is to create a book about 100 species in Latvia, which would include various photos of development and spores and characteristic features. If there is someone who will be willing to publish it, it will be a book created with the help of citizen science. Thank you.
Yes, one question. Was data that was collected by you and your community used by scientists in their academic research?
We don't have an academic scientists in Latvia that are working on slime molds. We only have enthusiasts, so it wasn't used.
No, maybe some
collection. Oh, collections?
We have collection.
So I will say use your data for my research.
Oh, okay. Oh, really?
From Spain.
Take the big data sets, modeling, and you really covered a great part. Because I had an empty spot there.
And from which country you are? From which country you are?
I'm from Ukraine, but
Oh,
I did
nice.
my master's in Prague.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you again. There's another question up here.
It is a great work. Thank you. Question is about this site, Dabas.dati. Yes, there is a lot of observations there, and are they also available in GBIF or databases like this? Is it connected?
No, but no,
no, but we will soon. Our platform Dabas.lv will go to Ornitho platform, which is eNaturalist. They will be available in eNaturalist soon, like in 1 year.
This year is
this year is in the process of going to eNaturalist database from our platform. But it is open, like if you for everyone who uses Dabas.lv, you can just. It's in English also.
but
Okay, yeah,
okay.
It's, yeah, so you can just look. Yeah.
How do you document the observation of a rare species? Photographs and or collections, and what is the usual way to do that? So how do you verify a rare observation?
If I see that this species is rare, I ask for a sample, and people goes and again and send me samples. I make microscope, and some other makes microscopies too, and I see all observations myself.
Yeah, actually, I want to. Yeah, and actually, one thing I wanted to say that Julita, for all those people Julita mentioned, like hundreds of people reporting slime moles, that's just because of one person who is standing here. Because she inspired us all, and she was the only one at the start who identified them. Like we just brought samples to her, and no one identified them by themselves. Afterwards, also other people started to identify slime moles by themselves. But first, it was just Julita doing all this work, hundreds of samples, and she inspired us to do and collect more. And she did a great work. I myself started to collect samples and send it to Julita. And I also discovered unintentionally three new species for Latvia identified by Julita. So it's a really huge work, and like all the citizen science of Latvia is just on this Julita's shoulder. It's like huge.
Julita, not actually a question, but two remarks. First, I want to tell to the community that several years ago, I decided to collect information about the distribution of very rare species Tubifera dudka, which we have described together with Gabriel Moreno. It was described on the material from Ukraine. And unexpectedly, I have found on your webpage the occurrence of this species in Latvia. And now, thanks to you, this very rare species is known in only short list of countries of Europe, including Ukraine, Russia, Sweden, Netherlands, and Latvia. So at least one really rare species, which you have definitely found, is now known because of your database. And another remark, with your phenology diagram of the time of the year when species fructify, I saw only one species which has two clear peaks. This is Leucogala epidendrum. And of course, now we all know what does it mean, because these may be different species or different species groups. And I think that Leucogala hunters have to come to the forest twice, in the summer and in the autumn, because these should be different species groups of Leucogala.
Yes.
Thank you.